Hello, this is James and welcome to another Early Access Spotlight, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Landless, a survival game from Code Bullet. So Landless went up on Steam on the 11th of May, time of recording is the 15th of May. According to the Steam page, it's planned to be in early access from 1 to 2 years, but apparently there are already hours of gameplay with 200 plus items and 50 plus boat equipment, as well as house and furniture placement. And the two biggest functions still to be included are to have the Steam Workshop fully functional and give players full access to the settlement management. I'm not really sure what that last one means. So onto the game itself. So I don't know about you, but the survival genre is already really saturated. So when new one comes along, it really needs to do something different to stand out. And it seems to me this does have something to it. I mean, you're on a boat for one thing. The only similar game that comes to mind is a game called Raft. But honestly, this game is actually so buggy at the moment, it's hard to get any enjoyment out of it. So the problems for me started when the tutorial tells you to destroy a beacon, and it recommends using a melee weapon because when you destroy it, it'll send out a distress beacon, and then, well, guys will come and shoot you. The problem is the guys come and shoot you long before you even try to shoot the beacon, and appear to come endlessly. And after getting to this bit and dying a few times, I found that you actually have to destroy the beacon while they're coming and shooting at you, and that actually stops them from coming. So yeah, so I sorted that out, and it's like, well, okay, you might be thinking it does sound annoying, but you figured it out right, and you continued on with the game. Well, not quite. There's still a few more problems, mostly with the save system. So firstly, I found out when I saved it, quit it, and reload after destroying the beacon, not only is your hotbar emptied, so you have to refill that up again, but the beacon I destroyed has respawned, and once again I've endless swarms of dudes coming and shooting at me. And worst of all, I have the same amount of bullets as I had when I saved and quitted, one of the few things that remained consistent, so this time I don't have enough to shoot them all. So, as you can see, this seems to create a situation, if you want to save and quit that is, where progress is impossible. Because every time you load up a game, the beacon would have respawned, you have dudes shooting at you, and you don't have enough bullets to kill them all. But how about the rest of the game? So you can cook and craft from a workbench on the boat using scrap materials you purchase from merchants, which you then craft into processed materials. For example, you craft wood planks from scrap wood, and you'll buy this with a currency called whale oil from merchants you find out and about. And you have a ton of options to build. You can build engines and generators for the boat, building parts such as floors and windows that you can, I suppose, then attach to your boat, as well as weapons and electronical devices. But even though this isn't without its faults, but to be fair, these are more what you would expect from a game in early access. For one thing, I couldn't even seem to interact with one of the merchants, and it's hard to navigate the crafting menu because in order to craft a processed material, you need to scroll right at the bottom of the crafting menu, which doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. And the things you can build are in categories, but for some reason they're all titled build. Again, these are pretty petty complaints, and they're what you would expect from an early access game, and I'm sure they'll get worked on as things progress. So, would I recommend this? At the moment, I really can't. I'm sure there's a great game here, but it's too hard to get to because of the beacon respawning problem. Now, you could always just buy it just to support it and hope that they sort out the beacon spawning problem in the future. But it is £12.99 at the time of recording, actually 5% off at the moment. But it is fair enough. The price is fair enough, I suppose, because, as I said, there is supposedly hours of content here. So, but yes, just hard to get to. So do that information what you will. Lastly, just to plug another channel here, if you haven't heard of the game Raft, which I mentioned earlier, I highly recommend checking out a video from a YouTuber called Virtually Boris. I'll leave a link in the description. He's a really funny guy and has nowhere near the amount of subscribers he should have, so go check him out if you need a laugh. That's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll hopefully see you in 2 weeks.